Hello people, Jugglet here. Billy. Not you, Billy Zane from the Titanic. I'm talking about the Hillbilly. Now I know the title says rework, but I'm going to be totally honest here. He needs tweaking, not reworking. I'm going to quickly draw a comparison to the two strongest killers in DBD, which is the Nurse and Blight. So they're both very strong at traversing the map and have a high skill ceiling. If you master them over many hours, you can near enough win every game. That's near enough a fact. So the Hillbilly has a similar situation. He has a strong insta-down, but it's hard to master, and he can also traverse the map. It takes a long time to learn how to play him optimally. What is your reward for doing so? Usually molding. Now, I'm not going to go and preach as if I'm some kind of god-tier Billy. I'm bang average, and if I'm honest, I don't know how to curve, but I do know it takes effort and practice. I like that you're rewarded for learning something and playing well. So what needs to change? Overheat. I'm yeeting out the window. Fuck it. It doesn't need to be there. It shouldn't be a thing at all. I don't know why it's a thing. So overheat's gone. And with that, I'm adding something else to his base kit, which is the Lockro chains. Well, sort of. I don't mean you can just continue chainsawing and shred every pallet, but I mean this. Once you break the pallet with your chainsaw, you can continue moving and hit a survivor for a single health state. If you hit a survivor after 5 seconds of chainsawing, you still insta-down them. Anything before 5 seconds is just 1 health state. If they're injured, they go down. You cannot then break another pallet, so you'll go through the first pallet, and if you go to another pallet that's already been thrown down, you'll take a collision hit instead. So it's just 1 pallet per chainsaw, so not the entire map. This removes the pallet throw simulate for him. It makes him 10 times more viable, and it's another thing to master. You can get imaginative with it. You can curve after a pallet. You can smash a pallet and continue chainsawing. If you're running a tinkerer, you can see a survivor 40 meters away. You head towards him. It makes his whole main ability 10 times more useful, and it's still hard as fuck to learn. Some survivors say Nurse and Blight are OP. To a degree, they kind of are, but only once they've been learned to their full potential. They can completely stomp solo queues in less than 2 minutes, but they have to be learned. Don't get me wrong, in the right hands, Billy can be scary as fuck, but he has the mechanics built into him which are just designed to piss you off. Overheat happens, you're now an M1 killer, waiting to rev your chainsaw. So now that the Lockro chains are near enough base kit, I would turn his Eerie add-on, that makes him undetectable, into the purple Lockro add-on. Then his new Eerie add-on would be this. Once you chainsaw a survivor, you continue moving forwards and can hit 1 more survivor for a health state. If they're injured, they're down. So basically, you could down a survivor, keep chainsawing so you can keep traversing the map and go to another survivor and hit them for a health state. So basically, it means, survivors have to heal. They're not just going to do all the gens whilst injured. It stops them just dead harding through his chainsaw. It just makes him a little bit more fun to play, I'd say. I think he's really fun to watch and play at the moment anyway, but he needs a bit more of a tweak. It changes his gameplay. Imagine you manage to pull off a pallet break into a survivor down, into another survivor. The combos with this are just, well, pretty much endless. If you do want to learn how to curve like a pro, I will leave Sofareks' guide inside the description. He's a very strong Billy main. His guide is excellent. It's the Billy version of Lilith Omen's Blight guide, in my opinion. Now, I know you're probably not thinking this is like a full rework, and yeah, I'll agree, it's not. It's a small quality of life tweak. When I make these videos, I do it purposely with the thought of what I think behavior could possibly do. And right now, they release a new killer every 3 months, so not going to fully rework many killers. That's already out. At the end of the day, DBD is a business, not just a game. I will add this as well. I know some people might find the Lockro chains like to be a really fun idea where you can just go for every pallet and just hit them after hit them after hit them, which is actually really cool. I do like that. So maybe the Eerie add-on could be that, plus maybe going into people as well, as I mentioned previously. So then you can still shred pallets and you can still get a second health state for a survivor. It's just, I don't think that's OP at all, because if the survivor heals, they're not going to get down. They're just going to get hit for a health state, and the other survivors can probably pick up the teammates. So yeah, I just think it makes him a bit more spicy. And it, in compared to Bubba, who, in my opinion, is very easy to play, and you get rewarded for it, Billy is a lot harder to play, and you don't really get rewarded for it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to see more Billys in the world, as they're fun to play against when I do dip my toe into the cesspit known as solo queue. Like, subscribe, and other YouTube things. Take care.